I'm just gonna do this.
I'm gonna go charge my computer while we're recording it.
Perfect.
My DoorDash is on the way, so it should be here in a couple of minutes.
This is just the formality. I don't give a flying fuck.
Now, why did they go to the now here's a question. Why did the order go to the 7-Eleven that's like 2 miles down the street instead of the one that's like 0.5 miles up the road?
Because you put it in wrong.
I wish I fucking knew.
Now I gotta wait.
All right, my computer is charged, so we're living, we're laughing, we're loving.
Loving.
All right. Then away we go. It's rites of passage. You two made it through the game. And now that you've made it to the final two, you get to talk positively, negatively, or indifferently about the other 14 people that you played this game with.
Work.
Unfortunately, no fancy video or anything like that because laziness is real.
Yeah.
Wow. For the hottest final two in BB Disney history, you're really gonna that's fine.
It's okay. I know the budget.
Put it up with Kimmery. I don't know.
Huh.
Producers didn't have much faith in another Epcot season.
That's real. But we kind of turned it.
I will say before this gets started, this was significantly better in form of quote unquote Epcot behavior with this group of Epcot compared to the one I played with.
We changed the meaning of Epcot
You
behavior.
fucking did.
You did. Now it's just season 3.
Period.
Yes.
All right. Without further ado, let's start going through this. The first person that was voted out of this game was Sandy. Y'all can start.
Queen.
Sweet Sandy. I do love Sandy with so many different parts of my soul. I wish she would have spoken to anybody because I think if she would have, that she probably would have had at least a little bit more time.
Yeah, I never got a message from Sandy.
Me either.
I don't even think I read a message from Sandy.
I think there was one message from Sandy sent in the music video chat.
I don't even know if there was even a message sent. Maybe like Sandy said hi in the like main chat. That was like once. Once she was on the block with Luke, I was like, okay. I mean, we all like, sorry, Sandy, but we all knew Sandy was going home first. Like,
oh yeah. And that was so sad. I hate this. Like, I wanted to be able to play with Sandy and
I know.
Watch her munch, but
I mean, from what I heard, she munched her original season.
I know. That's why I was so excited. I was like, okay, Queen Sandy, yes.
I was waiting for it. But you know,
figure out where Josh got it from.
Third chances, Sandy is gonna win.
Third time is the charm.
BB Disney, a dream is a wish your heart makes, third time's the charm.
Okay. Well, on that note, is that all we have to say about Sandy?
I wish I had more to say.
I wish I had more to say too.
All right, then let's move on to the second person voted out, Gianna.
Oh, robbed.
Robbed. I agree. Proud of Gianna for winning the other games she was just a part of. She won.
She did that. She did that.
Absolutely thinks that Gianna did that.
Oh no, she slayed. The fact that Gianna literally won an org and then like I think in the circumstance of how she was put up on the block, because like me getting the Twilight Zone twist, like no one really was like, everyone was like, Marcella, we're gonna pretend like you're not on the block. And I was like,
and that's essentially what happened.
And then Jason being up against Gianna, like I think we all kind of saw the writing on the wall with that, with like Gianna going home.
Yeah, I think she just made a lot of not great moves when she was put on the block to try and get herself to stay. Because I know, at least personally with me, like she really tried to guilt trip me into keeping her, and I don't like that. And from what I discussed with other people, that was the general motive, like
consensus.
Yes, like the general strategy for her to stay. And I just don't think it worked out for her.
No.
Which is awful. But I love Gianna so much.
Gianna with all my heart. I remember her and I like messaging, and she's like, I think I'm going, and I'm like, fight, keep fighting. She's like, I am. I'm not going to stop until I'm told to leave, and she did that. Like she did not stop fighting.
No, she did not. Like until the moment that she was out of the Zoom call, she did not stop.
And it was beautiful to watch. And I'm so
It's
happy
so
that
admirable.
she got a second chance and that she like made work with it. So love you,
Period.
Gianna.
Love you, Gianna.
All right. Feels like everything that we need to say about Gianna. Let's move on to the third person voted out of the game. Olivia.
Sweet Olivia. When we were doing our like preseason questionnaire, whatever, it was like, who do you want to see back in the house? And I said, I want to see Olivia because in our season, like me and her definitely butted heads a couple of times during Magic Kingdom. But even in Magic Kingdom, I feel like we were pretty tight. So I was very excited to be able to play with her again. And I was so happy to see her in this cast because she was also robbed in Magic Kingdom. I know she had to walk for personal reasons, but like her baby Disney story was not finished yet. And I wish she could have participated in that HOH because I think it really would have helped her out a lot. But I love Olivia so much.
I obviously was on team John and Olivia during that music video challenge. And like, that's when I got to talk to Olivia more. And I feel like our conversations, we talked round 1, we talked round 2, and then round 3 was kind of, I know she was like having her own stuff and personal life and all that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
I totally respect that. I mean,
Excuse me.
it's also like, and we'll get to the person next because their decision led to their downfall. But
Yes,
like
and
Dustin not using the veto on Olivia when he promised her, bad move on that part. But like, I think that's kind of what solidified a little kind of vote towards Olivia because it was kind of just like, because she was up against Mikey. Like Lyndon put up Mikey.
Yeah, and it was like we're not gonna send home Mikey.
No, and also it was a ghost vote round, so we didn't even know the votes. Like none of us wanted to like do that. So I think Olivia was just, had she stayed up against Jazzy, I low key feel like she could have pulled it off. Like Jazzy could have pulled it off too. It would have been close. It would have been like,
no, I think
closer
that
than
if
it
it
was
would
with
have,
Olivia
I think
and
if it would
Mikey.
have stayed Olivia and Jazzy, Olivia probably would have stayed.
Yeah, but with
I think she could have
Mikey,
fixed it.
it was a done deal. I know I wasn't. Oh my god, secrets, T. I love this because there's nothing else to fucking do.
Literally.
That round was the odd even, and it was like, if it's even or something, something else happens or whatever. I threw my vote on Mikey because I was like, I want to like hopefully like make it even or odd. I don't even remember.
I mean, the way that we all threw those votes every single time that was going to happen was perfect every time.
Perfect. Like
nothing bad ever happened to us. Sorry, Prod.
Yeah, literally Prod
can't
fucking
fool us,
hated
motherfuckers,
it.
not us.
I know the way y'all snapped when we didn't do what you wanted. A period. We did
Y'all
that.
were like, come on, no. Let
Like,
us have some fun. Said no.
Cheers. But no, Olivia, I feel like Olivia played such a good game, and I was very happy that she played, and I was really happy to meet Olivia. So
I
love you, Olivia.
All right. Well, with that, let's go to the next person voted out. You already said this person's name. Let's talk about Justin.
Let's talk about Justin.
Let's talk about Justin.
I think that move was so horrible. I understand there was intoxication involved. I get it, I do. But even if there was intoxication involved, he should have said, fuck it, I'm still gonna do it, but maybe I can just go to the house and say, hey, I was drunk when I made this deal. That's why I'm doing it. But I don't want to sit here and stab Olivia in the back and not do it.
It was the timing.
It was very poor. Yeah.
That move could have been done so many different ways.
If it was done, that wouldn't have happened, Justin would have been in this game for a lot longer, and this game would have been Very
So
different.
different. I think that's what it was because at the end of the day, because Justin and I had like, it's really funny because Justin, Jen, and I came up together with like a 3, like maybe day 2 or 3, and like I was honestly going to ride with that for like as long as I could. But
Mhm.
once Justin did that, I could not, for the sake of my game, be like, oh no, because at that vote when it was between Justin and Timmy, yeah, Justin and Timmy, I believe,
Mhm.
right. But it was
I
like
think so.
one of those things where I was like, everyone wants Justin out. Like, and also we were focusing on that even odd because if it was an odd, we wouldn't have a double. If it was an even, it was a double. So like I feel
Yeah.
like we all kind of, that was the weirdest thing in the world that we all like really did that. Like it was 7-3, and we even like told each, like we everyone knew where the votes were going. It was so weird.
100. We did real good with that.
Oh,
The
we
cast
did.
came together and said, "This
We
is
said
very
unity.
scary."
We said unity.
I I just if Justin wouldn't have done that, this game would have been so different. And I think that as soon as we had the opportunity to get Justin out, everybody realized how much of a threat he would have been later had that not happened. And everyone was like, well, why don't we just go ahead?
And also, Justin had this whole like persona that he didn't do the Jason vote when it was me, Jason, and Gianna, but like Justin did it. Like
And then, like, outright said he didn't do it to everybody. We all knew he did it.
we all knew he did it. So it was just one of those things where it was literally like, had it been any other time, any other round, I think Justin makes it very like far. Like I think Justin makes it
100%.
final 6, final.
I
don't know.
honestly, when I saw the cast reveal, I was so afraid of Justin. I was like, oh, fuck. Scary,
Oh,
scary.
no, once I saw Justin, I was like, that's a straight man right there. Because Justin,
100%. My DoorDash has arrived.
oh yes, Justin. I I think Justin is the mini winner and the mini counts. So,
The mini does
Uh,
count.
but it was one of those things where I felt like had he done anything else at any other point, he would still be in this game. So Justin and Sandy, final 2 of third chances. I'm calling it now.
100%, please.
Please, I will make it. I will.
Justin
rig
winning
for
third
that.
chances is all that I need.
I need that too. But we love you, Justin.
Love you, Justin.
Let's go on to the next person who was taken out of this game. Timmy.
Oh,
Sweet Timmy.
that was the saddest.
That one was very, very sad. I had a very sad conversation with Timmy, right? Not, I guess not right before he left, but like whenever I did tell him I was going to vote to evict him. And I was like, listen, you get it. I know you get it. This is second chances, and you're the reason that I went home in season 1. So I got to do what I got to do. And he was like, well, you already did that in the mini. And I'm like, see, the minis do count, but then again, the minis don't count.
Yeah, the minis
Like-
only count when they need to count. They don't
Right.
count.
And this is a long game. I didn't win either of the minis. I didn't make it to final 2 in either of the minis. I didn't get far at all in either of the minis. They don't count for me.
I remember because Loki, I wanted Luke out that round. Sorry, Luke, but I really did want you out that round.
Luke was my target until we got Luke out, but I wanted Timmy gone that round to fulfill my second chance.
Me too. I wanted Timmy out that round, if not for Luke. Because had it been duos, had it not been duos, I was going to put up Timmy and Luke anyways. But for me, I remember talking to him before I put him and Jazzy up, and he's like, I just want to like, I didn't like my first chance, and I want to like continue fighting for my second chance. And I was like, I know, but this literally makes the most sense for my game to put you up and all that type of stuff. So it was sad.
Right.
Timmy, like, oh, my DoorDash is here.
Yes. Not our DoorDashes came at the same time. What?
I'm obsessed with this live feeds that the VL and everyone is going to be doing.
I'm obsessed with our DoorDashes arriving at the same time.
I know. I feel like they planned it. They said, "Oh, Marcelo and Jill are the final two. Let's make sure that they get their food at the exact
Making sure they get their snacks at the same time. They're hanging out this
Yeah.
evening.
They are living their best life."
I'm just gonna wait for Marcella to be good. I'm not gonna move on yet.
No, that's okay. Chick-fil-A hard seltzer, Chick-fil-A sauce.
I don't. I feel sick. Jill, I feel sick now.
Chick-fil-A hard seltzer, Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Pollo.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. We missed you so much.
I missed y'all so much. I like could not. I was like, oh, cries, tears. But
screaming,
yeah,
crying, and throwing up.
And throwing up. But no, Timmy was such a love. I always thought Timmy was after me, not gonna lie. I fully thought like I was worried Timmy winning. When Timmy won the second HOH, I was like, I'm going up. But also I was going up anyways because of the Twilight Zone. But like
I was in an alliance chat at one point with Timmy, Lyndon, and Jacob, I believe. And this was like really close to the beginning of the game. And as soon as Timmy was gone, we didn't like use that chat anymore. But we barely talked in it until Timmy went on the block and he was like, well, I need y'all to help me, besties. And all three of us were kind of like,
yeah.
I don't know, bestie. We love you, but I just simply don't know, bestie.
I think Lyndon captain or something. I don't know. It was just like
it was somebody, but I know it was split for reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Timmy, we love you. I love Timmy.
I really do love Timmy a lot. I admire Timmy so much as a person outside of these games. Like I know that our season 1 did not go well together. I think that my experience with Timmy was a little bit more dramatic than my experience with Olivia in season 1, but doing the mini with him really like showed us that we are both actually kind of very similar people and we do mesh very well if we don't go at each other like So Timmy is beautiful.
I think Timmy also would have munched if he stayed.
I
feel
agree.
Like Timmy would have went far and like munched the house down.
That was the first eviction I think that made me like emotional.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
I think Justin's made me emotional, but not for like game reasons. I think just personal reasons of like me loving Justin and wanting to play with him. I think that, but like Timmy was just also it was literally circumstance. It was duo. So like
it was gutting.
I had to put 4 people up, like literally 4 people up. Thankfully, Mikey volunteered to go up with Luke, so that was easy. And then honestly, I told Jazzy, I was like, I think I'm putting you and Timmy up, and she's like, okay, do it. Like she's like, I don't want you to, but like do it. And I was like, okay, you didn't say no, so
like Jazzy's a queen for that one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Before we move on to the next person, I actually want to talk for a moment about the unique circumstance that we have with the What's a Jury. The first 5 people that we just talked about collectively have 1 vote. I don't know how much that has impacted any thought processes, but how do you guys feel about that? Just before we move on.
I love it. I love that everybody's second chance gets fulfilled because everybody gets a spot on that jury. No matter what, like they played this game, which means that they deserved a spot on that jury. So they got it. And I love that so much for them. I thought from the beginning that that's what it was going to be, that everyone would be in the jury somehow in some capacity. So I go Jill.
No, I love that for them too. I also love the fact that like everyone's in that jury chat. Like the five of them, like each person getting eliminated gets added to that jury chat. So they're not like in an island alone, like not
Right.
only hearing prod side of things. Like
They
who
didn't
won
get
HO.
thrown back into the VL.
Yeah, no, they fully like are immersed into a jury where people like Jen, Jacob, and Mikey and Alex like are coming in at the very end, and Lyndon are coming in at the very end of the game, and like they're gonna speak about their experience, how they got voted out, and what happened.
Right.
So, yeah,
I do love the what's a jury twist. I think
too.
it just makes my heart very happy.
Yeah, that they have they get a chance to vote for us. So it's not impacting like how I'm coming into this final too. I'm just
Right, because
I'm
it just balances out Jacob's extra vote.
and I'm also like, whatever happens, like they're gonna use their vote they have a vote. They're gonna use it as they see fit. And
right. And it's however many of them vote for which one of us more.
yeah, it's like
So like it could go either way.
yeah. So it'll be exciting.
All right. No one told me to ask that. I was just curious.
It's a good question.
All right. Let's move on to the next person taken out of this game. Jazzy.
Oh, Jazzy. I gotta
Jazzy.
say this first. I am so effing proud of Jazzy.
Oh my god, me the fuck too.
Getting first boot in BB Disney what was it? Disneyland? What was season 5? Yeah, Disneyland, to then getting voted out first in 1984. It's just
literally
like,
heartbreaking. And voting her out first in 1984 was absolutely fucking heartbreaking.
and the fact that like my favorite thing ever, like one of my favorite things was when John and Olivia won the HOH, and so they both had to put one person on the block, and they message our group chat and they say, y'all are safe, like everyone's safe, no one's going up, no one's going as a replacement. And the fact that like Jazzy was in that chat, like Jazzy made it so far. Like Jazzy getting 11 is not even like a detriment to her game. Like she played an amazing game.
She absolutely fucking munched.
She did. And I mean,
her veto win, like, I'm sorry, but probably comp win of the season for me.
Not even her veto win, but also what she did when she did not use it.
The way that Justin said, I'm going to use my veto on Jazzy, and Jazzy said, sorry, Justin, I'm not doing that for you, sweetie.
Queen move. Boss. Girl boss. Like, she killed that. The way that she
so gagged by that.
Period.
Jazzy, the way that the house erupted.
The way that the house was like, oh great, so Jazzy's gonna use it on Justin, who is Jason gonna replace it. And then Jazzy was just like, so what I'm not gonna do is that.
Jazzy said, not me, honey.
She gave us McKinley High cheerleading realness. She said, I am going to quid slay Justin out of this motherfucking game. And she did that.
She did that. Things that Jazzy did that.
Fully that. Oh, Jazzy. I'm so proud of Jazzy. I mean, I'm happy that Jazzy went when she did because I was fully up next to her. So like I was not about to get sent home, but
right. Like everything happens the way it does for a reason.
Was I sad that Jazzy went? Absolutely. It was horrible, but I'm here.
Period.
So I love Jazzy. Oh God, I can't wait to see Jazzy just like slay another game.
All right. Well, with that, let's talk about Jason.
Oh, we don't talk about Bruno.
Jason.
I'm just kidding. I really do love Jason so much.
It was the death stare for me as you said that. I was like, what the fuck's about to be said here?
Listen, I love Jason so much as a person outside of this specific game. Because in this specific game, the way he just came up, bent me over, and fucked me in the ass, I literally until Jacob was out of this game, Jason's mist was screwing me over. And I applaud him for it.
We're gonna get there, but Jason's missed. That's all I'm gonna say right now. Literally, I don't even know. Like, I remember winning that HOH and being like, now who do I put up? And it was like putting up Jason was hard for me because I love Jason. Hi, Nick. I love it.
No lies detected.
As like, I love Jason so much. Like, outside of this game, Jason has my entire, like, I love Jason with my whole heart. He is such a wonderful person. He's so cool.
Wonderful person, great friend. Like, the conversations that I've had with Jason, I remember during 1984, me and Jason were on call for probably like an hour and a half at one point while I was driving to go visit Sammy. And he was just telling me about the way that he feels about Katie, his girlfriend. And I was like, oh my God, my boyfriend loves me so much, like, type shit. Like, it just showed me that Jason is such a purely good soul and a purely good human being. And I love him.
Is everything. I love Katie Pasquarello with my entire heart.
I want to meet Katie.
Oh my God, I love Katie. But Jason, just like, I would be on call with Jason just to like get to know and talk to Jason, because Jason and I never played a game together. Like, this is our first game playing together. But I know Jason, I know him from other stuff. But like, Jason was just so wholesome and the best part about it is like, Jason never took it seriously. Like, never took getting voted out like to heart, to the point where like, my favorite part is him blowing up in the house chat being like, these are my final twos. And none of us, like, we all were like, great.
You know, great. I think one of us had to respond to that. One of us did. He said, does anyone want to chat? Alex, Jill, Jacob, fuck it. Out. Even John. I was like, yeah, we can talk about it if you want to rat yourself out to everybody.
And he knew he was going home, so he's like, let me do it. And then I remember, and my favorite, this is my favorite part, is he was like, Marcelo, like, you should get it good with John. And I was like, yeah, I should. I already am. Like, literally, like, I was like in a group chat with John and Lyndon and Mikey, like, fully, like, we're good. And I was like,
odd.
It was so odd. The funny part was just everyone being like, you should get it good with this person. And I was like, shit's all right, but.
No, same. I was like, I don't know.
But that mist, Jill, that mist.
Jason's mist was in my eyes, blinding my vision. I had my fog lights on until Jacob was out of the house.
It was a domino effect.
It was incredible, honestly. Like, it really was. He did what I did in 1984 times like 1,000.
It was so good.
It really was. Like, it was so chaotic and it scared everybody so much.
It changed the game around. That literally did a full 180 to the game.
I mean, the way that his lies created this end, though, because I think that what he did really, like, I know by that point that you, me, and Mikey had already had our chat, but I think that happening brought the three of us like
so close,
really close together, and that made all three of us be like, oh shit, we have to keep each other safe at this point.
Yeah,
like,
it was so good.
It really was. Like, Jason did so much to this game on purpose, and so much shit that he probably didn't even mean to do.
And he like woke up,
which is push us to the end. Thank you, Jason, baby.
Thank you, Jason. We
love you.
Love you so much, Jason. No, but yeah, I love Jason, and I was so sad to give him 10 because like he was 10th last season. Like,
Hey, you know, he deserved it. He blew up in the house chat.
but he did it and he snapped, and we love him for it.
Hey, you know, at least we know he's a 10th place king.
Oh, technically he got 9th place last season, but someone won a battle back to push him to 10th. So
Hey, you know,
we'll take
we
the
live
9th.
for the technicalities in BB Disney.
Oh, we do. But
We
yeah,
sure do.
love Jason.
Love Jason. Mwah.
All right. Let's see what y'all got to say about Luke.
Luke was my target essentially from the first call of the game. And I don't even want to say my target because I in no way wanted any power in the beginning of the game, you know, which I stuck to pretty well. But I was quite open with everybody except for the people that I knew for a fact were lined up with Luke because I love him so much. I really do. Luke is such a good friend of mine. I know Luke in real life. Like, we've done theater together, known each other for years type shit. But the way we would sit on a call, just dying to start recording, and I could not stop hearing a story about Coach K. That was the moment that truly made me be like, okay, bud, I'm done. I need to get this game over with. And the longer you're in the house, the longer these calls will take. And I go to bed early.
Also, like, love Luke. We talked some game, but most of our conversations were about sports. And like,
Yeah.
I love me some basketball. I love me some soccer. I don't really care for football, but like, love me some football. Baseball, same thing. But like, I had no more vocabulary for sports. I was like, I was like, touchdown. I was like, okay, touchdown. Okay, this, that, and the other,
Yay. Like, I'm
But-
also a huge UNC Tar Heels fan. That's my home team. I love them. I don't understand it the way he does.
It's also funny because game wise, so this is another thing that I loved about this game is that apparently there was an alliance chat of Jen, Luke, Alex, and Jacob.
There was indeed.
There was. However, I the one of my favorite moments of this game is it was with you, Jill. I remember this because I was like, we were talking, and this was the Jason round, so this was before Luke went, and I remember saying to you, I was like, oh yeah, Luke, Alex, and Jacob are close. I left Jen out for a reason. And then the next day, Jen messages me and it was like, did you tell Jill about an alliance with Jacob, Luke, and Alex? And I was like, huh? And she's like, did you leave me out of it? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I left you out of it. And she's like, because now they're blaming Jacob. So they were all,
Period.
I was like, none of us are pulling that shit.
Yeah,
None of us
I
are doing
told
all that.
Alex that you had told me that because Alex and I got pretty, like, very tight at the beginning of this game. Like, and I, like, was definitely trying to go as far to the end with Alex as possible. So, like, I definitely told Alex that you told me
Yeah.
because I was like, I just want you to be aware that Marcelo knows. And at that time, like, even though you and I were tight, I was still so afraid of you.
I was
Like,
so afraid of you.
I was so afraid of you this whole time.
I was every time we had a call, every time we had a talk or anything, I left that call being like, I either am getting good with Jill right now, or Jill is going to be my demise. Like fully.
Same way.
No, I was, and that's the thing because Luke, it's so funny that you say that Luke was your target because I thought you and Luke were like this. But my whole thing was like, I wanted Luke out. And then when I went HOH and you were like, something, it was like the first time with the duos and I said Luke and Mikey or whatever, you were like, yeah, that's good. Like, I want Luke out. And I was like, does she? you really want Luke out? That was like
100% I wanted Luke out
No,
of this
no.
game so
I
bad.
was like, oh my God. But no, that is so funny. You scared me because you were playing the exact same game I was. And
No,
like
100%.
played the
We
exact same
played the same game to the end.
different sides, but still in this together. It was the weirdest thing in the world, and that's what's beautiful about this final two is that like
Hi,
we were able to get
Madison.
oh my God, hi Madison. But
Hello.
no, yeah, Luke just kind of
I am very proud of Luke's game. Like, go Luke munching and breaking a BB Disney fucking record. Okay, 9 feet.
when when it was me and Luke between for the veto, and I was like, oh my God, I think I did this. And then no, it was like 9 feet. I was like, hello?
They said Luke went outside and built a skyscraper.
I looked at my ceiling and I'm like, that's not even 9 feet. So Luke,
Right, I would never, you could not catch me dead going out into the parking lot of our apartment, building a tower or trying to build a tower on the patio. Actually, on the patio, I might, because that's still technically my space.
But hello, I live in New York City. Like there's like literally apartments everywhere. I would get called out. People would call me out. It would have been dramatic. But
No,
Luke,
I love Luke
we love
so,
you.
so much. We love you. And you played such a good game. You did such a good job.
You killed it. You killed it.
Okay, so we did stay on Luke. There's a lot of tangents that this
Oh
conversation went on.
no!
This is just me and Marcelo. Sorry, we
What
talked.
what you really are about to get from John to the end is going to be tangents on tangents on tangents. So get ready.
100%.
I mean, okay, then let's go with another tangent. Speaking of, let's see how much we talk about John.
So, going into the live night, there was an agreement, at least to me, because I went around to a lot of people before the live night and I said, hey, I think that this is the best course of action. No matter who wins HOH, this is what needs to happen. And pretty much everybody I spoke to said, okay, let's do it in backdooring John. And the only reason that had to happen was because if John would have won the veto and taken himself off the block, tragedy, and this game would be so different.
He would literally be right here.
100%.
Like I don't even know with who, but like he would be here.
Right, he would be absolutely on this call right now doing what we're doing, and I hate that I had to do it. The conversation I had with John when I told him he was going up on the block as the renom was one of the saddest conversations I had of the game, at least for me. It just made me so upset because our duos, like, we had so much fun in the duos comp and we did so good in the duos comp. Like, I don't think we got close to winning. I think we were like third or fourth or second or something. I really don't remember at all. But we had so much fun and we were both so excited and I loved bonding with John in that. And this was my first game with John. All that I knew was that he was a comp beast. And whenever I did not see that from him, I talked to Luke. It was Luke's HOH where John went up.
Yeah. John
and right before he told John that he was going to put him up, I had a call with Luke and was like, yo, we haven't seen John win a single comp and we need to see if he can fight for his life.
And he did.
And he did.
Oh, immediately once I knew what that comp was, I walked in there and I was like, okay, I got like 7 or something. And I was like, John won this. Like, John won this. Like, I had no doubt in my mind. Here's the funny thing. So, obviously, I played Animal Kingdom with John. And John and we didn't really like work together that much in Animal Kingdom. Like, we maybe talked like a little bit here and there. Like, it was never one thing or another, which is like perfectly fine.
Mhm.
But I've known John for a lot of months, like a couple months, and I love John Farrell with my entire being. I love that man.
No, as do I.
However, getting into this game, he doesn't know this, and like when he watches this back, John, I love you, but a big mission of mine in this game was to get John Farrell out. Because I knew he was going to munch and he was going to get his way to the final two. John is a
Absolutely.
comp beast. John is a social beast. John is a strategical beast. John literally is a triple threat. Like, slayed it, killed it, annihilated everything. The funny part about it, though, was when we got to Final 8 live night, and it was 4 Animal Kingdom, and then you from season 1, Jacob from season 2, Jen from season 3, and Alex from season 5, I fully was like, oh, honey, no, like one of us needs to go. And I was like, it's not going to be me. I said, if it's going to be a live night, oh, I'm not touching the block. I am not doing anything. I knew the plan, obviously, to backdoor John, and I stood by it completely. I threw that HOH comp. I think, I don't know if I threw it, but like I did not want to win it because I didn't want to be the one to put up John because I knew John was going home.
I didn't want to win it either, but by the time the last one of us that I had gotten to verbally agree to that deal was out of the game, I was like, shit,
Yeah.
I gotta win. I gotta do it.
Oh, and you snapped. I remember seeing your face. It was Disney trivia, and I was like, oh, Jill knows this. Jill knows her stuff.
The way that she said it's gonna be Disney trivia, and I said,
you were like, I can go to sleep and still answer these questions. You were but
I remember you said something, you were like, the way I looked at your face every time and knew you knew the answer.
Yeah, literally. Also, it was just so funny because another thing that John said was, this was, again, like the end game is my favorite part because everyone just kind of just said whatever the hell they needed to say. But there was a moment where I told John he didn't have the votes. I was like, it's not looking good. And he's like, you got to beware of the trio. And I said, who's the trio? And he said, the trio of Jill, Mikey, and Alex.
Whoa.
And I was like, yeah, no, I'll watch out for that trio. And I was like, what you don't realize is that's the trio isn't Jill, Mikey, and Alex. It's Jill, Mikey, and Marcelo.
I was about to say, like, you're close, baby. You're
I
close.
was like, please don't put me there. Like TYSM, love that for me. But like John.
The way that people were so convinced of that, like Jason started a me and Mikey final 2, and then somehow Alex got strung up into that.
Yeah.
And then somehow eventually you got strung up into that.
Yeah.
But like,
but people saw your final 2 and then thought you and Alex had something, and people thought that I was just the fourth wheel, and it was cute. But no, he said cute. That, and I like laughed because I was like, oh, what they don't realize is like I'm literally like, it's not like Alex isn't the one, it's me. So
you are close, but no cigar.
I was like, you were close. Thank you for not saying my name, but no. But yeah, no, John needed to go at that moment. And the worst part was the veto draw and John not getting picked. And I knew like John not getting picked was my heart sank because I knew exactly what was going to happen. It was literally 6 people fighting for veto. And
every single one of them was going to use it on Lyndon. Every single one.
And it's also the way that to this day I'm still laughing because Jacob fully messaged me and was like, if you're voting to evict me, just tell me, like, be up front. And I was like, Jacob, I literally told you I'm not. Like, I was like, babe, I am you.
It's the way that Jacob was truly so upset about it. And I was like, honey, we are all going to keep you safe.
The unity of the Justin vote. It was the unity again of the John vote.
Like literally, live night would have gone, I think, maybe not exactly the same way, but John was going to go home at the end of the day as long as he did not win that veto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
And that survived.
He was the biggest threat of this game until he was taken out.
Yeah. And he was taken out because he couldn't do anything about it. And that's like the shitty part about it, but also like the cool part about it because like that's the game.
Yeah, literally, like we wouldn't have been able to get John out unless
the duality of Marcelo's life each season. Yeah, literally. It's so funny. John got me out in live night Animal Kingdom, and I got John out in live night of Epcot Second Chances.
I bet it feels good.
It really did. Honestly, it didn't even matter who. Well, it did matter who it was. There was a lot of people who I was like on my list of like I need to save for like Live Night needs to go the way that it goes, but
Yeah.
like John going helped my game immensely because it just took the target off the Animal Kingdom people, put it
Mhm.
immediately on you three, and
Yeah.
that's also what set up the final seven, like the final seven with Alex going home, like which we're gonna get to it, but there's a moment I have to tell you about. This is why I'm so excited that we have nothing
I'm
else like
so
there's nothing
ready.
else. But John, we love you.
We love you, John, so much. And the only reason you left when you did was because you were scary.
Scared. I was
I was so scared of you.
I feel like John, you probably would have taken me to like final four, final three, but like I was not doing that for with you, and I
If
do love
I
you.
don't,
So
I
much.
couldn't see myself going that far with you, John. I couldn't, and I love you so much. You just scared me too much.
Scared me a lot.
All right. Let's talk about the person who left after John then. Let's talk about Alex.
You start.
So at the beginning of this game, Alex was my final two. We agreed that, like, literally the first day of this game, he picked me first for the music video comp, and I messaged him and I was like, this feels like dodgeball. Like, thank you so much for picking me first. I feel so special. And he was like, I have to play, like, I had to pick a BB Disney icon. And I was like, okay, you really slayed. You really hit me in my words of affirmation. And like, now I'm going to be your best friend.
I love
So
that.
Alex and I told each other everything about our games. I did keep, like, I will be honest, I did keep a lot of stuff that happened between you, me, and Mikey private because, like, he didn't need to know everything.
Yeah.
If he would have made it to this point, then he could have known everything.
Yeah.
But I am so proud of Alex and the game that he played. Like, the way that the two of us with our final two, like, just had a complete grasp on either side of the house was just absolutely incredible. Like, we had ears on everybody, and it was just like, it was fantastic. I hated seeing Alex go. But he had to. It was him or me, and I hate that. But hey, I love you, Alex. Thank you so much for falling on that sword for me, baby.
Okay. Here's where it gets a little spicy. I'm so excited to tell you about this. I've been wanting to tell you about this for the longest fucking time.
Marcella said I'm saving this for the end.
I really am. I never trusted Alex. Never. I wanted Alex gone any chance I could get. And this is a moment in this game that I'm fully like, I salivated over it. That sounds weird, but you know. So when Lyndon was HOH Final 7 and Mikey won the veto, you, me, and Alex were on that call for like 50 minutes, right? Like 50, like almost an hour, right? What you don't know, I was telling Lyndon everything y'all were saying. I went to Lyndon and said, they're going to push Jacob to you. They're going to push Jacob to you. Don't listen to it. And Alex was like, I'm going to push this on to Lyndon that Jacob needs to go up. Jacob needs to go up. Jacob needs to go up. And I said, the only way I can get Alex out with Mikey and Jill's permission is Alex up against Jill. Literally, I was
100%.
because I was not taking you out, and I knew Mikey would not take you out. And that already leaves Jen and Jacob. And Jen, I knew, and we'll get to Jen, but Jen and I were like you and Alex. Jen and I basically told each other everything, but we'll get there. But like the way I fully was just texting Lyndon constantly being like, don't do it, don't do it. And there was a moment where Lyndon was like, I don't know what to believe. Like, so many people are telling me things. And I'm just in the call being like, so many people? There's literally 3 of us on this call. Like, how can she?
I hate how stressed
so many
Lyndon got
people.
during that HOH. Like,
I was
It
too.
truly makes me so upset, and I felt so bad. I sent Lyndon the longest message being like, if I had in any way contributed to the way that you felt last night, I so sorry because I truly love you and I it felt very out of pocket when Alex went up. So like that explains a lot because like it really was so out of pocket. It was so random that it was Alex going up. And the reason she gave me was very valid. She said that she was putting him up because he scared her with what she was saying.
Which he did, yeah.
What he said like if Jacob didn't go home that Lyndon was probably going to go home next.
Yeah.
And
He
like
said that to me, and I was like, don't believe it. Like, that's not going to happen.
yeah. And I knew that wasn't going to happen, but like I know that we were on that call with Alex and we were both like, yeah, try that. That might work.
Because I knew Lyndon and Jacob were very close. Like, we're tight. And
I knew that the next round and we'll get to that. But yeah, I didn't know that at that point.
yeah.
I did find out later.
Yeah, I found that out actually yesterday, like that they were very close. I knew of it, but it was confirmed yesterday.
I'll tell you when we get there, I'll tell you then. But I really love Alex. I know that Alex, like out of everyone in this game, is one of the people that I got the closest to.
Yeah.
Like in this game and outside of this game. Like
Yeah.
I think we got pretty tight. So I love Alex and I'm so proud of you. So proud of you, Alex. If you ever end up watching this.
Alex, you scared me. You I don't know what it was. I just never knew where your head was at. And I knew when you said Alex said something on like to us being like, "Oh, I want to make a final four with us plus Lyndon and make Lyndon fifth." I was like, but then where does that like place me? I was like, I don't know where that places me because I'm not close to Alex. I know you and you were close to Alex, and Mikey was probably close to Alex. So I was like, I'm not here for that. So I made like, I just felt like I needed. And when I won my second HOH, the one where Jason went home, Jen and I called, and Jen was like, "Yeah, Alex was not the most excited that you won HOH," and I was like, "That's
He
fair."
was not. He was very scared that he was going to go on the block and go home.
Yeah, no, I
He
know.
was very scared.
It was like a weird rivalry of me and Alex that was like so undertoned that like we never like.
He was so scared of you.
I was, I like,
Fully.
I knew that I had that power, and I was just like, oh God, like I needed. Had Alex gotten farther, like had Alex surpassed 7, that was the other thing. Had Alex surpassed that, he was in the middle. Like he was literally in the middle. He had Jen, Lyndon, and Jacob on one side, and he had you, me, and Mikey on the other. And he's in the middle, and no one is going to go after him. Lyndon and Jacob are going to go after you and Mikey. You and Mikey are going after Lyndon and Jacob. Alex fully just sits in the middle, and he probably makes it to the end. And I knew, I was like, no, that's not happening today. I need Alex out. So, but Alex, you played an incredible game. I think like you had such a sophistication in your game that you made sure that like you knew, and hearing that you and Jill basically kind of had ears everywhere is super impressive because it was very strategical. Like Alex played a very strategical game, and he's very charming too. So.
Oh yeah, I do love Alex.
We love you, Alex.
Love you.
Oh, this one's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What's gonna hurt?
Just say the next
get it
person's
going.
name. Just let's go. We have so much to talk about.
You still have so much more to talk about. Let's talk about our next person who was taken out. Mikey.
Oh.
Listen. The fact is, at that point, I felt essentially the same way about it that I did when Alex was on the block against me. I said it's him or me. And it's got to be me. Like I've got to stay. I've got to stick around. And the way that we would have made it to the final 3 with Mikey if that wouldn't have happened.
We make it to the final 3.
Tiny hands, big heart. The smallest hands and the hugest heart.
If Jen winning that HOH was, I mean, for me, good for my game because I knew that like I had control over that. I knew where her head was at with that, and I knew where she was going with that, and I knew I couldn't really push anything because I felt like I was worried that like I don't know how, and I definitely would talk to you and Mikey post game, but I was like, I felt like I know y'all didn't like have I don't know if did y'all have like a final 2 solidified?
Never.
No. Okay.
Never. Jason
Mikey?
completely pulled that out of his ass.
No, I know. Which like is
Completely out of his ass.
the mist. But
The
like
mist.
me because me and Mikey, when they did the preseason stuff and they were like, who do you think is gonna be in the cast? My first instinct was Mikey. Mikey
Mhm.
deserved his second chance. Mikey deserved his second chance because Mikey has this aura about him that is just never give up. Like
Such
Mikey,
a beautiful light
never.
and a beacon of hope. Like truly, like Mikey is just it's like Peter Pan. I don't know why I think of Peter Pan when I think of Mikey, but
But it's real.
it's like I just you know what I mean? Like just the oh, you know, the beauty and the wonder and the happy and the Peter Pan, specifically
Peter
Disney
Pan.
Peter Pan though.
Yeah, let's not go down there.
Specifically Disney Peter Pan.
But it's like the Tinkerbell light, like it's just there, and like you know
Yeah.
it. And so I felt like Mikey deserved his second chance because like
Did you and Mikey ever have a final 2 confirmed?
it wasn't confirmed, but he said he wanted to take me to the end. So like he was like, I want to get to the end together. And actually, like that the day of his eviction, I was like, he was like, I want to like pitch to you, like I would love to stay and like continue doing this together. And I even told him, I was like, Mikey, I'm like probably voting to keep you. And he was like, oh my God, like that's amazing. But then Jill and her magic, you saying that thing of if had you left, me and Mikey were going to be the nominees of next round, which is
And
totally
I
and I
fully
believe
believed that.
fully believe that. So it got to that point where I knew I needed to cut my ties with Mikey, which hurt. Like that was number 2 of the hardest evictions. We'll get to the hardest eviction for me. That was number 2. But like I would play this game with Mikey every time. I would play this game
Period.
with Mikey every single time. I
Mikey is
love
such a
Mikey.
amazing social player, good at fucking comps. Like
Social game. I mean, come on. I
I
was
could sit and talk to Mikey for hours.
hours, hours. There were moments where I felt because my favorite thing was, and I said this in the beginning of the game, when Mikey voted me in the Twilight Zone round, where it was me, Jason, and Gianna, and he
Mhm.
voted me, I was like, okay. And then when Lyndon won HOH and put up Olivia and Jazzy, and Justin used it on Jazzy, Mikey, apparently, I wasn't on the call, but there was talks of like putting me up on the block so that like
Hold on, hold on,
Olivia would.
hello. Oh, continue. I'm sorry.
You're good. That like I would go on the block and Olivia would go home, but it was a ghost week, so I was like worried. So I was like, these people could vote me out. Uh, but I was like, and then I remember putting in my proud chat. I was like, Mikey is toying with my game. Like, why is he doing this? Mikey, stop.
Mikey, stop.
I would never have gone. I would never have gone after I never would have gone after Mikey. Mikey
No,
was
me
one of those
either.
people who, again, the only way Mikey goes is that he sits next to you. That's literally it. That's Jen. Again, when we talk about Jen, I'll have a lot to talk about Jen. But like Mikey, you, me, and Mikey, we controlled the hell out of this game.
100% we did. We all had different hands in different areas of the game. Like all 10 of our digits were working this entire time. trying
Yeah.
to like keep all three of us safe, and we
And it
did
was
so good for so long.
we literally munched until Lyndon won HOH.
100%. Like, Lyndon, how dare you?
And but I just remember talking to Mikey and being like, yeah, you don't have the votes to stay, Jill is staying. And he was like upset at not at me, but he was upset at like Jacob and Lyndon because he didn't like hear it from them. But I was not letting Mikey or you go out on a blind side. Absolutely not. I was
No,
like,
that would have been so disgusting and rotted.
I was telling these people, I was telling y'all who was going, but I I love Mikey and I want Mikey to play this game again. I want Mikey to win this game. I want Mikey to join the runner up or winner circle with one of us. I want Mikey to join the
Third
final two
chances.
circle. Third chances, final two circle, join it, Mikey.
Actually,
But
sorry, but All Stars?
oh, fully, Mikey
All
All
Stars?
Stars.
Mikey for All Stars? I'll sacrifice my spot.
We live. But Mikey, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for literally this entire season. My conversations with you were highlights. Were such highlights, and I love you so much. And we almost did it, but
We got
look at
so
us
close,
now.
Mikey.
We almost did it, but the two of us did it for you.
Period. I love you so much, Mikey. I cannot wait for you to come to Madison's birthday so I can give you hugs.
I know. Mikey and I met. It's funny. Mikey and I met before the season started, and I had gotten my second chances like invite, and I kind of like was like, Mikey, did you hear? Like, have you heard of anything about second chances? Like, I haven't heard anything. And Mikey was like, I haven't, but I like maybe I will. I don't know. And I was like,
Oh,
I feel like you have, but apparently, apparently he was an alternate or something. But I'm so glad Mikey played this season. I'm so happy.
absolutely. That makes
And
me
you
so
munched it,
happy.
Mikey. Like,
Absolutely fucking munched it.
there's so many contenders for most Rob juror, but like
Oh my
Mikey is
god, yeah.
fully up there. So we love you.
All right. Just a couple more people to go. Let's talk about Jacob.
I'll start.
Please
Yeah, I got you. Um,
allow me to gather my thoughts.
yes, I'll let you gather your thoughts. Jacob and I and Jason were part of the 10th place club. Jacob and I were part of the 10th place live night club. So I wanted to protect Jacob with everything in my power. I wanted to make sure Jacob and I surpassed that. So when I won HOH at Final 10, I said to Jacob, you're surpassing 10th place. You're surpassing your original placement. Like we are making it. But it all stemmed from us being a duo. Like Mikey's still in my mind, living rent free.
Oh, Mikey is always on my mind, baby.
Period. Jacob and I being a duo, it like really kind of solidified that for me because this was the thing. Mikey, Mikey should be in the Zoom with us right now, but it's fine.
Send him the link now.
Jacob and I being duos. When I won HOH, Jacob and I went on a call and we kind of talked everything out. We were like, what's happening in this house? I was worried. The reason I was scared of Jill was because I knew about the 19, like the Deathly Hallows chat. And I knew Jen confirmed it, you confirmed it, Mikey confirmed it. Like all of you confirmed that like it was pretty inactive. Like you only
Right.
used it when like one of you was up or like someone needed safety.
Right, 100%.
But like I was so like Jacob and I were on call and I said, they're all still here. Like all 5 of them are still here. Like this is weird. Like we can't go to Final 10 with them. And that's how Jacob kind of voted out Jazzy because I said, if you vote me out, you're going into a Final 10 5-5, like 5 Deathly Hallows, 5 not. So,
and that's scary.
It is. And I fully stand by that because like the way y'all did that. But Jacob,
Period. Sorry, but we did kind of do that for a
did.
while.
but Jacob just had such a light for this game and for me, he like had such motivation for this game. And I know the ending wasn't picture perfect. The ending wasn't
Right.
exactly
No,
how we wanted it to go. But like from day one to his eviction, I feel like Jacob was playing the game. Jacob had his strategical mindset, had his social mindset. Jacob just very much, I knew Jacob needed to go at this moment. I knew Jacob needed to go at Final Five. And another thing I did was, I don't know if I told you, maybe I did, but like that final question in Jeopardy of like who wrote Heartstopper, I Googled it. It literally said Alice Oseman, but I knew that Lyndon was next. And I knew if Lyndon had won, Lyndon was taking herself off. I learned yesterday, had Jacob won,
yep.
Lyndon was going to be taken off.
100. Yep. Just he
then-
only was going to do that so that he would not go on the block.
And then me and Jen would be on the block. And that was a no, because
Yeah, Lyndon told me that the day after that happened because we were just like on call talking about the whole situation. But so after the whole like whenever Alex and I were on the block and Alex went home, the round after that, or no, it was the round before that, excuse me. I had a chat with Alex and Jacob, and Jacob comes into the chat and is like, "Oh no, this was during that round. I'm sorry because this was after renoms happened. I'm sorry." But comes into that chat and is like, "So who did you guys say to Lyndon?" And I said Jen because I did.
Yeah.
I said Jacob and Jen.
Yeah.
Fully 100%. Did I lie? No.
No.
I did not lie. I did say Jen. And he responded with, "I'll try again," or "Let's try this again. Who did you guys name to Lyndon?" And I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like that. And I PM'd him and I was like, "Okay, if you want to be confrontational like that, like I don't know what Alex is going to tell you. So let's have our conversation in a PM, if that's cool with you." I called with him. I talked it out with him. He was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to vote for Alex to stay." And I was like, "That's fine. I'm still going to stay." So whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. And that my eyes were kind of always on Jacob. I never really fully trusted him in this game, and I rightfully so, because he like I don't apparently he was like naming me and Alex all the time. Lyndon told me that like the top people that Jacob would name was me, Alex, and I don't remember the third person she said, so I don't want to
No, yeah.
say anybody, but because I don't remember, I'm sorry, y'all. Jacob, tell them. But so, and I feel like Jacob kind of felt that, but because every single time that I would talk game with him, the answers would be like just so vague that I couldn't understand them.
Right.
And then when the time comes for that HOH where I renommed him, and everyone once again like went into the HOH that I won, we all pretty much agreed what was going to happen. Like I had told Lyndon that idea beforehand, I had told you that idea beforehand. And that was enough to make sure that it happened.
Right.
So just the way that that situation was handled on Jacob's end suddenly, I know I already told you this, but suddenly made me not feel bad about it anymore and gave me more of a reason to put him on the block than the numbers are dwindling, and that's what I got to do.
Right.
And so like I don't want to have any negative personal feelings towards Jacob because of a game.
Right.
And I hate saying it, but at the moment, those are still there because we have still yet to talk that situation out. And I know that it's because he got voted out. He's in the jury. So, like, hopefully, after everything, he'll reach out and we can talk about it because I really do love Jacob and he is such a wonderful friend and always has been such a wonderful friend. And I that's it made me really, really sad. The whole situation made me so, so sad.
It
I know
was,
you know this, but it
yeah,
it really sucked.
I saw it. It really did. It was sad to see it. Like, I know you both can like talk about it after, and like it'll, like I'm sure it'll be fine. But it's just that's the name of the game. Like that's the stress of the game. Like high stress and like
Yeah,
yeah.
it
So
happens. Like someone had to go
and it wasn't gonna be me.
and it wasn't going to be you, so that was the option.
I knew I needed to cause a little chaos in that aspect. But
Period.
I do love Jacob and I'm proud of him. He killed this game. Like
Oh my god, the way that Jacob just sat in the house for the longest time just playing the meanest social game.
so
It
good.
was amazing. It was so good. I had no idea what Jacob was doing at any point.
He told me, he's like, if you put me up, like I'm gonna have to like put you up later. And I was like, I thought, and I was like, no, you don't. But then I was like, wait, that's like such a good social game because you're like, you're not threatening me, but you're also just like, this is what it's gonna be. And so thankfully Lyndon volunteered. But it's like, it's one of those things where Jacob just had a way with words and knew what to say and knew when to say it. And it was just something
You know
that
he wants to be a therapist.
he does.
He has a way with words. He is so smart and he understands people so well. Like the social game that he has is
Is
just
unmatched.
unmatched. Love you, Jacob. I hope
Love
we can
you.
talk after all of this because I
Good
still want to
lord.
be your friend really bad.
I'm so proud of you, Jacob. You killed it, and this is such a good season. Damn.
Oh my god, it is.
2 to go. Let's talk
Yay!
about Jen.
I'm so excited to hear what Marcelo has to say, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll go first really quick. Um Obviously we have the Deathly Hallows chat from very, very early in the game. I don't remember if it was week 1 or week 2, but it was very early in the game. And Jen, even though we had that chat, was still one of the people in this game that I was afraid of because I had no idea what was happening. Like I had no idea what was going on with Jen. She did so good at keeping me afraid of her until she was gone because because when she went HOH, I went up on the block. Like I had a reason to be afraid of her, and she accidentally revealed to me that she was going to be in this cast while we were at the Magic Kingdom with Madison one day. And we were sitting at a table and eating corn dog nuggets. And um, Jen looks at Jen looks over at Madison and she's like, I think I'm gonna film my intro video tonight while I'm here. And I was like, and Jen fully just sat there for a couple of minutes being like, I'm so confused, and then was like, oh shit. Because Madison was like, yeah, Jill's playing too. And then her and Topher had a moment with each other. It was so stinking cute the way that we all just had all figured out what was going on in our org lives when we weren't supposed to. It was really adorable. And I love Jen so much. I think that she absolutely munched this fucking game, and the only reason that she had to leave was so that we could be here. And I applaud her for it. And I love Jen so much. She scared me too much this whole time.
I just have the biggest smile on my face because we are talking about Mother Jen Rudolph.
Queen Mother Jen.
Jen, what people don't realize is Jen and I have known each other for over a year and a half. We've known each other for almost 2 years. I can go without saying that is one of my best friends.
Mhm.
Jen is someone who just has the biggest heart, has such a sweet persona and such a sweet aura. I have nothing I can't even say like you can like if you're like say something bad about Jen, like I fully could not because there's nothing bad about Jen.
There is nothing
And
bad about Jen.
She and I had an inkling. She never told me, and like we never told each other, but like I had an inkling that like she might be on it from Epcot because I was like, who from that season would be on it? And I was like, Jen might probably be on it. So Jen and I immediately day one make a one-on-one chat with Prod, and we literally the first message is like, y'all are gonna want to watch this chat because this is where the tea will be spilled, and it was.
I love this.
Jen and I was exactly like you and Alex. Jen and I had ears on everything, compared notes on literally everything.
I love it.
What Jen told me, I like I know you said that you didn't tell Alex about you, me, and Mikey. I told Jen immediately. I was like, Jen, this is happening. But my thought process was I always wanted a final four of us
Mhm.
three and Jen. Like that was my goal because I was like, I want to like, and Jen was my final two. Jen and I have made a final two on day one. Like that was, I made a final four with Lyndon, a final three with you, and a final two with Jen. So like
Period.
we did that. But Jen and I, like, whenever I would have like a bad day or whenever I would like have something, I would just like talk to Jen. Like Jen is clearly like my person, and I was a hot mess express when she got eliminated and when she got evicted because the saddest thing was I had no power. Like I obviously was HOH, but like at Final Four HOH, you really don't have power because the veto is the only thing.
Yeah.
And it was so hard because I knew you and Jen were like allies, but also were like kind of after each other in like a weird way. Like maybe not like officially like going after each other to evict each other, but like y'all weren't meeting in the middle. It was kind of just like a Venn diagram, or like I was in the middle. Because I was in the middle being like, Jen, we should work with Jill and Mikey, and Jill and Mikey, we should like maybe like Jen will probably vote with us. Like I knew where Jen's head was at all the time. I knew when she won HOH that she was putting you and Mikey up, and like we all
The
literally
myth.
the mist, but like the mist even being that like Jen knew that you and Mikey. So what I find really funny is that, and I said this in my prod chat, we walked into final six, 3 versus 3, us three versus them three. But what people really didn't realize was we walked into final six with 3 duos, you and Mikey, me and Jen, Lyndon and Jacob. Like that was it. It was whoever won was putting up a duo. Like,
Yeah.
because I know but the thing was, if Mikey or you won, I knew Lyndon and Jacob were going up. If
100%.
Jacob or Lyndon won, you were going up. You and Mikey were going up. I knew I couldn't win that HOH, so I was like, I can't do that. But Jen winning, I was like, great, I'm safe. This, that, and the other. So Jen and I fully just like munched this season together. Like Jen and I fully, like, it got to a point where Lyndon asked me who I wanted to vote out at Final Four, and I fully, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Thank you.
When Lyndon was like, who do you want out at Final Four? I said, I didn't say a name, but I was like, I think Jill might have a lot more jury votes because I wanted Lyndon to be like, oh yeah, that's true. But Lyndon was like, no, but like, we have friends in the jury, this, that, and the other. So like knowing that Lyndon was voting out Jen and I had no power in saving Jen broke my heart. Broke because Jen and I did everything together. Whatever I knew, Jen knew. Whatever Jen knew, I knew.
I
That's
love
why
it.
I knew about the Deathly Hallows chat, and I felt like I could. Obviously I had the 3 gay caballeros, which was the final 3, and then Jazzy, Jen, and I had a 3-person alliance chat that we used for like a round or two, and then me and Jazzy went up, so obviously it was gonna like, but Jen, Jen killed this season. Jen munched the hell out of the season. No one knew where Jen's head's at. Obviously, I always knew where Jen's head's at.
Nobody. If it was you, you were the only one.
Yeah. But the powerful thing about Jen is that
she played this damn game. The thing
Oh,
she
yeah.
was telling me, she put on this persona that she was very in the middle, but she wasn't. She knew exactly what was going on. She had her eyes everywhere. And I mean, this is no secret, but like, had it been a final three of you, me, and Jen, I mean, I probably was taking Jen to the final two, just like because her and I, we were so close to that final two, and it was just one of those things where I knew. But once Lyndon got rid of Jen, I was like, it was a bittersweet feeling because it was like good because now I could like now I need to win this for me and I need to win this for like myself and all that type of stuff. And like Lyndon getting rid of Jen really helped you and I because you and I
yeah.
then became that type of situation. So I could talk for hours about Jen, so I'm gonna probably stop now. But Jen, why do you watch this? I love you so much. You are my best friend. Thank you for saying your two truths and a lie because you sent me that proposal video in December. I knew that you did not get proposed to. That girl,
Purr.
I cried watching that, sis. So I love Jen and I'm so proud of Jen and how she played the season. And like I said, the final four, the final five, the final six, this whole entire season was a bunch of winners. Like
Oh my God, literally every
everyone
single
was winning.
person.
Everyone had a winning story. So I am so excited to talk to. I mean, I obviously text Jen like every day, but it's never about games. So I'm excited to just like talk to her about this game after, and we can just like talk about it. And I'm gonna visit Jen in Florida soon, which is in turn to visit you in Madison.
I was about to say I'll have to come stop by.
I know I want to go to Disney so bad. I want to eat corn nuggets or whatever y'all did. But
Corn dog nuggets, yes.
so I love you, Jen, and
Love you so much,
I
Jen.
I thank you. Thank you for everything, Jen. You really helped me through this game, and I don't think I could have gotten through this game. Obviously, like without Jen, without you, Jill, like without like a lot, like I don't think I could have gotten through this game without all of your like love and support from both of you. So I appreciate you both. And
Love
Jen,
you.
oh God, I was a blubbery mess when Jen went home. I like closed the Zoom and started sobbing because I was like, I have no power. And I put in my project, I was like, I just lost my best friend. I know it's so dramatic. It's a Skype org. So Jen, I love you. You killed it, and I'm so proud of you.
All right, let's bring it home. The person that left Jill just a little bit ago. Let's talk about Lyndon.
Lyndon.
Lyndon, I love you so much. I'm so proud of the game that you played, Queen. Like, holy shit, the way you munched this fucking game. It's just it's incredible to me. Like,
For someone who doesn't even know Big Brother,
for real, like for someone who openly doesn't know Big Brother, you made it to the final 3 and that is just
you're muted.
my tray just like smacked the button and muted myself. But where did I stop?
You said for someone who doesn't know Big Brother, like you made it to final three.
Oh yeah, which is fucking oh my god. Go
Speechless.
fucking go Lyndon. Holy shit.
I
I
also just love Lyndon.
at no point in this game did I put Lyndon as a target. Like, I think that if anyone other than Alex played a beautiful middle game, as far as I am aware, it was Lyndon.
It was.
I know now, like I found out that Jacob and Lyndon were tight, obviously, like whenever Jacob messaged me and Alex and was like, "So who did you guys name to Lyndon?" Because that obviously I was like, okay, well, Lyndon just told Jacob everything that both of us said. Because he's coming to us both at the same time. So that's interesting. But other than that, I knew nothing about what was going on. And even she told me multiple times on multiple calls, she was like, I don't know how I made it this far. I've just been chilling. Like, I've just been playing the comps and talking to everybody, and I'm just chilling.
She did something because she made it to the final three. I am
with grace
so
and
kindness and beautiful.
class. Someone who keeps it classy, Lyndon.
My thing was like, I remember in Animal Kingdom, Lyndon going on the block a lot and then getting robbed and was the most robbed preacher. So I love that for Lyndon. Um, I knew Lyndon was coming back into this game. Once another person, when they asked, "Who do you think from your season's coming back?" and I said Lyndon. Lyndon literally was the most robbed preacher. I was the most robbed juror. So it really tracks. But
Period.
there was something about Lyndon this season where Lyndon was never a target. Lyndon was never on top
Never.
of the number one target list, which is so impressive because, damn, I wish I had that power. Lyndon fully just played such a beautiful middle game and such a beautiful, classy, just like she played the middle and she didn't. And what?
She
And
won the
what?
comps that she needed to.
Yes. And she made the moves that she needed to.
Like,
And like at the end of the day, Lyndon got Alex out. Lyndon fully backdoored Alex.
no, 100% fully backdoored Alex. Like,
And that's
and if that wouldn't have happened, she would have gone before him.
exactly. So she listened, she like listened with everything. She took information in and used it to her best ability. And I just find that so impressive. And Lyndon just has this knack for just such Lyndon is so smart. Like Lyndon is so
Smart.
intelligent. And I just felt like this season proved that Lyndon is a strong competitor. She told me last night when I told her I was voting her out, she said, I told myself I wasn't going to play another Big Brother game. And then Prod was like, no, come back. Like, we want you for your second chance. And she was like, okay. And she thought she was going to get like ninth or something. Lyndon, you didn't get ninth. You got third, which is so impressive.
You didn't deserve ninth. No,
No.
no, no. You deserve so much better than that.
Your end game was impeccable, like perfection. You won the comp you needed. You were at the right place at the right time, and
Always. Like, after jury officially started, like, Lyndon really said, this is the game I'm playing. I'm sticking to it and I'm going to fucking kill it.
you did
And fully, you did.
things that Lyndon did. That
That,
so we love you, Lyndon. Thank you for joining this final three. I feel like
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Like, it feels so good to have made it to the final three with two people who are also like, holy shit, this is the best I've ever done in any game ever. And like, I'm so proud of all three of us for what we did and the games that we played and how far we all made it. And oh,
and considering that the three of us got double digits in our original season,
and look,
we're 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Like it's so.
I'm sorry, actually, we're 1, 1, and 1. My bad.
Oh yeah, no. There's no 1, 2, and 3. There's not
No.
even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, it's all 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Like
We are all winners in the second chances house.
yes, from 1 to 1.
Well, I don't think that's accurate.
All right,
Shut up,
let us
Keaton.
live our fucking life, Keaton.
Well, in under 24 hours, one of the two of you will end up being the winner of Big Brother Disney Epcot Second Chances. And let me just say for a moment, you guys talk for a minute. I'm going to talk to both of you for a moment because holy shit. If you told me at the start of this game, you would be the two that I would be sitting here listening to Rites of Passage with, I wouldn't fucking believe you.
Sorry if we ruined your draft.
Yeah, if we ruined your draft, my bad.
I don't draft.
Icon.
Pussy.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You both had very tragic endings to your game the first time you played. Jill barely understood what was going on. Went out very early because of
Really
work.
understood what the fuck was going on. I was just happy to be there.
And this is nothing at Jill's first time, but I think the biggest impact she had was for the buyback, driving while holding a cup above her head for a non-zero amount of yes, Marcelo. Like the
The buyback was only a
Still.
couple above your head, and she was
I
driving.
did it for like an hour and a half, and then I almost wrecked, and I was like, okay, y'all, I'm done.
And then we talked about John having no time to save himself. Marcelo, you met a very similar fate the first time you played. You were taken out during a live night with no time to protect yourself. But y'all, because of that, y'all got the opportunity to play again, and y'all made the absolute most out of your second chance. Holy shit. Y'all killed this fucking game. No matter what happens, it's going to be a damn good deserving winner between the two of you. Y'all did great. No matter what happens, y'all better be fucking proud of your games, because I sure am.
Baby, we are.
Oh, I'm so proud of my game. I'm so proud of Joe's game.
I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of you.
Like,
I seriously, however tomorrow night goes, I will be so content.
me too.
Like if I win, you win, and if you win, I win, and I know this for a fact.
I know this for a fact too.
I love you so much, Marcelo.
love
It is
you.
an absolute honor to be sitting on the finale thrones with you.
The king and queen of Big Brother Disney.
Period. Like if
Like-
we do not get actual crowns sent to our homes at the end of this game,
I mean, you literally live without.
Yeah, you can harass.
You can get that.
Madison.
But it's just it's an honor and just a privilege to sit with someone at the end who has such a huge heart. Like literally, like you and I have not stopped smiling since today was such a good day. Like work sucked, obviously, but that's work. But like
That's work. It'd
today
be
was
like
such
that.
a good day of just like you and I, like knowing that you and I, like one of us is winning this game. And not even one of us is winning this game in like the paper terms.
Right. Like
one
one of us is going to get voted the winner of this game.
But like I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna fight for my my crown. You're gonna fight
We
for your
both
crown.
deserve to win, so we should
Yeah.
definitely prove that to the jury.
Yeah,
and
and the jury's
I-
gonna choose whoever, and I'm content with whoever they choose.
The only thing I will say about you is praise about your game.
Same.
If someone looks at me and says, say the worst thing you can about Marcelo, I would say no next.
I was
Try
like,
again.
Alexa, play "Thank You Next" by Miss Ariana Grande.
I refuse. Like I'm so happy we made it this far together, and we've been lined up for so long in this game, and it just everything always randomly works out. And even if it didn't work out for our original plans, I think it worked out for the absolute best for both of us. And
the way
I love this final two more than anything in my
I
life.
love this final two more than anything in my life too, and the fact that like we were both like scared of each other, like is just such a beautiful story arc that like
It
we both
really
were, like,
is like the enemies to lovers trope here.
it's so beautiful. Like the fact that we both had the same mindset about each other, from like, oh shit, like I need to get this, like this person needs to go before like whatever, to a full 180 being like, no, this is my person. Like I want
Like,
this
just
person.
kidding. I
Like,
want to win this
full
game with
judgment
you.
now. I know, and we did. We won this game.
Things that we did, that.
That.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. Oh my god.
I love you, Marcelo, and to everyone who watches this when it goes to the people, love you all, every member of this jury. I was so excited to play with every
All of
single
you.
member of this cast. I was watching the cast reveal just fucking screaming.
I know. I was like, every time someone was revealed, I was like, this person deserves it. This person deserves it. Everyone deserved their second chance, and everyone munched their second chance.
100%, every single one of you.
I completely agree. Everyone that we brought back deserved the opportunity to be able to play this game again. And the amount of people I think made good of their second chance, for better or for worse, everyone's story is now complete, I feel.
Period.
Well,
BB
everyone's
Disney has
except
come full
for-
circle.
Everyone's except for you guys is in just
Yeah, we're not done
22
yet.
hours. In just 22 hours, we will be starting the finale, where all of the jurors will be able to question both of you about your games. And at the end of it, one of you will ultimately be the winner of Big Brother Disney Epcot Second Chances.
That's gonna be so exciting.
I wish both of you the best of luck, and it's been one fucking fun time to watch y'all fight. You still got a little more left to go. Don't stop fighting.
One of us gets to replace Keaton.
Yeah.
Ah,
Because
okay, that's it.
first
No, we're
season